football here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on an absolutely spectacular September Sunday afternoon. 71 degrees, partly cloudy. I haven't seen the clouds yet, but it is a beautiful day for the Eagles and the Chargers. Michael Vick will get his hands on the football first because the Eagles have won the toss and they will receive. Deep is number 13, Damaris Johnson. Phillip Rivers will have to wait his chance on offense.
Not every day you see the head coach and the starting quarterback just strolling along arm in arm. That's last minute instructions, and the track meet is about to begin.
Who has the baton? We are underway in Philadelphia. And Johnson with a chance to return this one about halfway deep into the end zone. Far side of the field, right up the middle, across the 20 out to about the 25-yard line or so. The Eagles quarterback, Michael Vick, in an offense that appears to be tailor-made for his talents. The line with a terrific left tackle in 10-year veteran Jason Peters. He is big and strong and mean. LaShawn McCoy was great in the opener at Washington, 184 rushing yards and a touchdown, and here we go.
You see the huddle was on the sideline. They go directly to the line of scrimmage.
Vick going to throw on first down. That is complete out to the 31-yard line, Jason Avant.
And you see he flipped the ball to the official. He looked to the outside, found one on the inside, gave it to the umpire.
Ball snapped right away. Vick throwing to this side of the field, and that is complete, knocked out of bounds. Short of the 40-yard line is Deshaun Jackson. Once again, the official gets the football, the Eagles to the line of scrimmage.
This is what the Eagles have been doing since the day Chip Kelly arrived in Philadelphia. OTAs, mini camps, practice, makes no difference.
McCoy across the 40, out to the 43.
And even though they opened up with a couple of passes, keep in mind that this is primarily a running offense. Last week against Washington, they ran it 49 times and passed it 28 times. LaShawn McCoy got 31 carries last week.
2nd and 6. This is McCoy again across the 45 to the 46-yard line. You're right, Dan. The common belief of this up-tempo offense is that it's a passing game. It is not.
Well, McCoy left the ball on the ground, and you could see the official had to go get it. Oh, Chip is not going to be happy with LaShawn McCoy. He said they did 25 times against Washington, 33.
McCoy again. And he pulls his way to midfield, and that should be enough for a first down.
Well, there's so much made about the playmakers on this offense, as well there should be. But this is one of the best offensive lines in football. And a good illustration. Look at that surge right there. This group here is physical, they're talented, they're athletic, and they've got some continuity, and they're working a rookie in at right tackle.
Bryce Brown has replaced McCoy in the backfield for this series. He gets the handoff, running room left side, has 5, 6, 7 yards before he's brought down by Eric Weddle coming up from his safety position.
Well, the containment was broken. Take a Jason Peters there with the kick out to the left, and then a really good block by Evan Mathis, the left guard, getting the seal and the pin back to the inside. Huge hole.
2nd and 2. Vick will throw this one. Pulls it down. He won't get it away. He is down back at the 50-yard line. Number 99, Jarius Wynn, in on the quarterback.
Well, Jarius Wynn this time just really explodes right over Todd Harriman's, the right guard. He catches Harriman's back on his heels, and that was just winning the one-on-one matchup.
13.
Wynn just exploded right through the guard, right into the quarterback, Michael Vick.
So Vick looking at a 3rd and 8. Vick stepping up under pressure and got hit as he threw incomplete. Dwight Freeney applying the pressure from the far side.
Well, the promising drive sputters to an end. Michael Vick was just waiting and waiting for somebody to come open, and he's lucky that he was able to get rid of that ball. The ball came right between Dwight Freeney's arms. That was so close to being a strip sack and a fumble.
Eddie Royal is deep for the punt. And it's allowed to bounce and will be down right at about the 10-yard line. Defensive coordinator John Pagano rallying his troops, and now the offense gets his turn when we come back. Welcome back to Philadelphia. Philip Rivers in the offense. Rivers threw 4 touchdown passes in the opening day loss to Houston. This is his 114th consecutive start today. The Chargers from their own 10-yard line. Ryan Matthews to the outside with a stiff arm and gets close to a first down. And here's a late penalty. Here's a late flag coming in from the secondary.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask. Defense number 29. 15-yard penalty.
Allen.
Automatic first down.
Well, you can see the stiff arm from Matthews, and he really gets a good one on Nate Allen, whose reaction to it is to reach out with his left hand. And not only did he grab onto that face mask, but he held it all the way through the tackle.
And suddenly the Chargers are no longer in the shadow of their own goalpost. The line of scrimmage is the 35.
You got a good block to make that run happen, Greg, from Eddie Royal, pint-sized receiver.
Rivers to throw for the first time today. Over the middle. He's got his man in midfield. Malcolm Floyd with the catch across the 50 and into Philadelphia territory.
Well, Malcolm Floyd split out to the right. This is working against this. Take a look at it. The zone defense, the safety waylaid reacting back to it. Nate Allen just too deep, and Malcolm Floyd settled right into the area underneath. That was a pretty easy pitch and catch for the Chargers.
Matthews now joined in the backfield by LaRon McClain. And this is Matthews with running room just off the right guard to the 40. Up front for San Diego, we get a look at the Chargers' first-round draft pick, DJ Fluker, all 340 pounds of him, out of Alabama, and a favorite target for Rivers, 8-time Pro Bowl tight end Antonio Gates, 644 receptions, 83 touchdowns for his career.
I can tell you one thing about these Chargers. They feel that they're an afterthought in this game, that no one has talked about anything all week except Chip Kelly and the Eagles' offense. They're concerned nobody in Philadelphia even knows that they're the team opposing the Eagles today.
This is Danny Woodhead on the receiving end out of the backfield, tucks inside to about the 32, where he is met by Patrick Chung. The Eagles' 3-4 defense. Isaac Sopoaga in the middle in his 10th season from Hawaii. A real leader at linebacker, his number 59, D'Amico Ryans, and in the secondary, Williams, Chung, and Allen, joined by Brandon Boykin, who starts for injured Bradley Fletcher. Another set of downs for the Chargers, who moved from their own 10. This is Matthews. Inside the 30 to about the 27.
Well, with Ryan Matthews, it's all about ball security. The former number 1 pick in 2010 has put the ball on the ground at some bad times, some inopportune times, and it's been very critical of him and staying healthy. The poor guy last year broke both of his collarbones in separate occasions. His health and his not fumbling critical to San Diego's offense.
Dane Woodhead into the backfield again on 2nd and 6. Woodhead, the ex-Patriot. Boy, Mike McCoy loves having him on his football team. Rivers stepping up, can't get away, and goes down at about the 33.
Well, DJ Fluker, the right tackle, got a welcome to the NFL. Take a 340-pound man right here. Watch him get uprooted. He just gets trampled and run over. I believe that's Connor Barwin coming in from the outside, and he catches Fluker without his feet under him and just steamrolls him.
First sack of the day. Rivers was sacked 49 times last year. That was second only to Aaron Rodgers in the NFL. 3rd and 12. Rivers, quick pass, Woodhead. Looking for running room, doesn't find much of it to the 31-yard line.
Well, Danny Woodhead made the first guy miss, but the pursuit of the Eagles was just too much. Nice job getting over there by both Cox and inside linebacker Michael Kendricks. They both wrapped him up and put him on the ground. So a couple of good drives, one by each team, come to an end because of poor pass protection.
This is Nick Novak from 49 yards out. Straight enough and long enough. So San Diego comes into Philadelphia, gets on the board first, and when we come back, it'll be that Philadelphia offense back on the field, led by Michael Vick. 3-0 Chargers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Microsoft Surface. Click in and do more. And by the new 4-door Fiat 500L.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, where the Chargers have grabbed a 3-0 lead, and in the face of all of this notorious Eagles offense, that's a big jump start for the Chargers today.
There's no question about it. This is again, the East Coast games for West Coast teams is always a burden. It's nice to get off to a good start.
Here's another returnable kick for Demarius Johnson. Takes it on the run at his own 2. Blocking, and slips and falls back to his feet and then across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. Okay, 1 week from tomorrow, get ready for a new thriller from executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Dylan McDermott and Toni Collette star in Hostages. Premieres Monday, September the 23rd, only CBS. So one of the things, and we'll talk about this, Dan, one of the things we wanted to watch at practice is just where this offense gets their signals from.
Come on.
Vick to throw. Over the middle. Got his man. McCoy out in the backfield. Running room. Midfield. A blocker in front of him. Down the sideline. Inside the 15. Touchback. Down inside the 10. Reggie Walker saves the touchdown.
Well, safety Eric Weddle, number 32, has got the man coverage on LaShawn McCoy, and he can't get it done. And now it's just McCoy in the open field where he is one of the very best. And that was a great piece of hustle to get him down.
70-yard gain. This is Bryce Brown, to about the 6.
And how quickly the Eagles all covered a lot of ground to get down to that line of scrimmage, get lined up and run a play in a hurry. Yeah, that Eric Weddle is a good safety, but in the open field, staying up with Shady McCoy, no easy task.
Vick gives it to Brown again, and Brown straight ahead to about the 2, maybe the 2.5-yard line.
Oh, good. Again, a good job by that Philadelphia offensive line in the run game. That was just an explosive surge off the line of scrimmage.
So a couple of substitutions by the Eagles allows the Chargers to get some subs, and there are the signs coming in from the Eagles sidelines.
We tell you what they mean, but we don't have a clue.
We have no idea.
Neither does anyone other than the Eagle players.
3rd and goal. Vick keeps it. Throws. Touchdown. No, incomplete. James Casey did not appear to hold on to it, and ruled incomplete on the far side, and we have a Charger down. Let's take a closer look.
Well, does he lose control of the football?
I didn't see a loss of control.
Oh, nor did I.
Well,
there it is, and it happens right in front of the official. A good job by that official. Anyone to this side is completely screened from it, but right there, Casey loses control of the ball, and it rubs along the ground. When he rolls over right here, he does not have control of the ball, and it touches the ground.
That's a good call.
That is a very good call by the official of an incomplete catch. A non-catch, we'll call it. You've got to complete the entire process of catching the ball.
That's Sharice Wright, the third-year cornerback out of USC, taking a slow walk off the field. Meanwhile, the Eagles looking at a 4th and goal, and they've sent the field goal unit on. And this will be a 20-yard attempt by Alex Henry. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good as well. And we have a penalty marker down on the field. Our referee today is Terry McCauley.
Illegal formation, offense, 6 men on the line of scrimmage, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So Alex Henry will have to do it again.
The points come off the board, and he'll have, again, this is just a chip shot. Yeah, if you're, it's still a regular play in the sense that you've got to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage.
So from 25 yards out, and that kick is good, and this time there are no flags. 5.5 minutes to play in the first period. Eagles 3, Chargers 3. Hey, fantasy football fans, there's still time to get in and play with the best this season. New games are available to join today. Sign up now at cbssports.com/football. This was Sean McCoy. They were looking at him on the sideline after that career-long 70-yard reception.
He was lying on the trainer's table, and a couple of the medical staff were taking a look at his left leg. I don't know if he was cramping or if he tweaked an ankle or a knee, but he appears to be all right, up walking around.
Fozzie Whitaker is deep for the Chargers, and this is Whitaker about a yard deep in the end zone. Penalty marker down as he makes it back to about the 20-yard line. And a few words being shared between a couple of players. Here's Terry McCauley.
During the return, illegal block in the back, kicking team number 59. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down, timeout.
So this will back the Chargers up. They'll start a little deeper in their own territory. 5:23 to play in the first.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Order from Domino's.com today and don't forget to track your order. And by FedEx. Request when and where your packages are delivered with FedEx Delivery Manager.
Oh, what a beautiful day to fly. Aerial coverage of today's game is provided by MetLife. Ryan Matthews in the backfield as the Chargers start from their own 7. Their last drive began at their own 10. This is Matthews. He is met almost immediately. They have gotten 2 yards. Let's go back to the play. LaShawn McCoy with the catch and run, and this is the tail end of the play.
Yeah, you can see his left leg gets caught at an awkward angle when he's, tackled there by Reggie Walker. Although he gets right up and he runs away without a limp. He looks to me like a guy who's planning on continually playing in this game.
On 2nd and 8. This is Matthews again. Matthews turns the corner, running room. Up the near sideline across the 25 and out to about the 28-yard line for a 1st down for the Chargers.
Well, regardless of whether this drive ends in any points, that was critical for San Diego to get away from their own goal line. And a complete breakdown there on the loss of contain. Kerry Williams, he's got to contain from the cornerback position, and he let Matthews get outside of him relatively easily.
Ryan Matthews is already eclipsed by 10 yards, his entire total a week ago against Houston. 1st down, Danny Woodhead in the backfield. Rivers, all kinds of time, and now he's going to run it. And out of bounds put it up for a first down across the 40, about the 41-yard line.
Well, I think it was pretty apparent there that running is Phillip Rivers' last choice. But he made the most of it. He just couldn't refuse that. He tried and tried and tried, and the Eagles secondary threw a blanket over everybody. Vincent Brown can't get open. Here comes Antonio Gates. Yeah, he's getting double coverage, which is no surprise. Gates has been fighting over-under coverage his entire career.
Matthews back in the game, back in the backfield. He takes the pitch and is running on the right side. Cuts it backing out to the 45. A gain of about 4 on the play. D'Amico Ryans comes up with the stop.
And again, ball control, eating the clock. All those old football adages really come into play for this San Diego offense, turning 7 and 25 and 10 into spectators. You see the play clock is in there in the upper right. The Chargers in no hurry to burn that thing up. Snapping that at about 2 is just fine.
River, far side of the field, all caught. Up for the first down at about the 47-yard line by Vincent Brown.
Well, that's a good illustration of where outstanding a route and an outstanding throw will beat really good coverage. Brandon Boykin's got the coverage over there. Take a look at this. I mean, this is good coverage. How do you get any closer than that? That's just, Boykin's got to say, well, sometimes you can't beat perfection.
And now with 5 wide receivers, Rivers spreads the field. Quick pass, that's complete. Antonio Gates inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line, and another San Diego first down.
Oh man, this is really a good-looking drive, and we've got a Philadelphia Eagle down on the ground. That's Nate Allen, I believe. Antonio Gates, just a little pirouette, a really outstanding route. Oh, and there right at the end, Nate Allen collides with his own player, Patrick Chung. Well, you see that so many times. 2 defenders, both of them meet helmet on shoulder pad. And Nate Allen he's up on one knee. Patrick Chung is a little worse for wear as well. Patrick Chung, of course, spent 4 years in New England with the Patriots.
Last minute 45 of the first quarter, and the Chargers marching again. First down at the Philadelphia 26.
The ball, the Tiger!
This is Ryan Matthews, and runs out of room. He's going to lose a couple of yards here.
Well, even with that negative play right there, the Chargers are doing something that the Redskins didn't do last week. They are possessing the football, and that guy right there, Ken Wisenhunt, their offensive coordinator, the former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, he took them to a Super Bowl. He's calling the plays, even though Mike McCoy is a longtime play caller himself. He entrusted Ken Wisenhunt to actually call the game.
Second and 12 now. They get the snap off in time. Rivers deep drop and throws to the sideline, and is that called a catch on the far side? It is inside the 20-yard line. At the 19 to Malcolm Floyd.
If this stands, what a piece of work by Malcolm Floyd. Oh boy, there's a lot in play here. Does the ground help him make the catch?
And here comes the challenge flag from Chip Kelly.
I think Chip Kelly had to make a snap decision there.
Philadelphia's challenged that the pass was incomplete. Timeout.
I'm sure that he would have liked his coaches to get another good look or two, but based on the initial, I think you got to try to challenge it.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Philadelphia's charged with their first team timeout. Please set the play clock to 25 seconds.
It's really important to understand that the call on the field was a completed catch, and I think that Malcolm Floyd demonstrated control of the football. Even though it touched the ground, he still had it in his control. It didn't appear to shift in his hands, and Terry McAulay thought that he's going to go with the call on the field. That was some effort by Malcolm Floyd.
7 first downs for San Diego to 3 for Philadelphia in this game. The Chargers at the Eagles 19. Play clock winding down on Rivers. Throwing far side of the field, that's complete. And out of bounds just inside the 15-yard line to Danny Woodhead.
Well, Phillip Rivers waited until the last instant to get rid of this football because he's got Boykin coming from the backside unblocked, Connor Barwin coming in from the other side, and Phillip took a real shot.
And he will not get a play off before the end of the quarter here. We come to the end of the first period of play with the Chargers on the march. And they'll exchange ends of the field. Those who thought that the Chargers just shouldn't show up better think about it again. We have a 3-3 tie as we go to the second quarter in Philadelphia. San Diego in the lead in number of plays, number of yards, time of possession, and threatening to go in from just inside the 15-yard line. First down for Rivers and the Chargers. Rivers looks it out to Ryan Matthews. Matthews met at the 11 and stood up. Kerry Williams from his cornerback position.
Well, that was outstanding work by Kerry Williams. Ryan Matthews was in the open and looked like all he had to do was make somebody miss, and that could have turned into a big play. But this former Baltimore Raven got himself a Super Bowl ring. That was a good open field tackle. The Chargers have been successful running the football.
Rivers 8 out of 8 throwing the football.
Hey, 59!
Looks like if you ran it off the left side, there's a big old opening.
Rivers throws outside, complete to the 5. Diving for the pylon is Eddie Royal. Did he get there?
He did.
He did. Touchdown.
Eddie Royal.
Royal caught 2 touchdown passes on Monday night. That's his 3rd of the season, and the Chargers are back on top.
And again, Eddie Royal is one of those guys that's good in space. Look at his leaning out for a short guy. Gets the ball inside the pylon, hits the pylon before he touches out of bounds. And the official right there on the sideline, he's got a great vantage point for it. There's no question about that being a touchdown.
Extra point is good for the second week in a row. The Chargers surprising everybody except themselves. They lead at 10-3. Chargers have shown themselves adept at putting together a long drive for the second time today. This one goes 93 yards, taking almost 6.5 minutes off the clock. Phillip Rivers is 9 out of 9 for 86 yards and a touchdown today. And the Chargers lead at 10-3. Damaris Johnson deep for the Eagles. Johnson on the run from the yard deep in the end zone. Avoids the tackler at the 15. Goes across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Andrew Gatchkar with the tackle.
A well-designed touchdown play. Here's Vincent Brown out here. Watch as he goes inside. He reroutes the defender who's trying to cover Eddie Royal right there. Take a look. That's Nate Allen. He doesn't hit him. It's not a pick, but he reroutes him, and just that little step is what delayed Allen's arrival and allowed Eddie Royal to get into the end zone. A really well-designed play, and Eddie Royal has got a nose for the end zone early here in 2013.
LaShawn McCoy is back onto the field, and this is McCoy. Out of bounds just across the 30-yard line at about the 32.
Boy, he gets a nice block on the outside by Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson, not exactly
the biggest guy on the planet.
Not exactly a bruiser. Look at that, 28-27 on the play clock.
Vick gonna go deep down the sideline, has a man open, and he hits it.
Did he get both feet in?
It is ruled incomplete.
I didn't think so. Deshaun Jackson, you see he goes to the outside of the defender, and he's tracking the ball, and right there you can see he's way out of bounds.
Had one foot down, and then the other one came out of bounds.
And we're not talking about on the line. We're talking about 18 inches out of bounds.
3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, they will go for it on the ground with McCoy, and McCoy across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
He went and got the ball. He left it on the ground. He wasn't thinking, and he went, uh-oh.
Now there's a young man who's been talked to on the sideline.
Yes, he has. Well, he did it in their first possession. He went back and got it that time.
Vick to throw. Penalty marker down. And Vick lost the handle on the football. It is loose, and they can't catch up with it before it goes out of bounds.
Remember, the tuck rule is gone. The quarterback loses it. He loses the protection of that tuck rule. If he attempts to stop his throwing motion and the ball comes out, it's
was
a
not on the line of scrimmage. Penalties decline. 2nd down.
Michael Vick takes it, brings it back down. That is a live football, and fortunately for Philadelphia, it rolls out of bounds.
Meanwhile, the penalty against the Eagles moves them back to their own 26-yard line. Vick, quick pass, far side. This is Deshaun Jackson, and Jackson run out of bounds at about the 30.
Well, that's certainly by design. San Diego is going to use the clock to their advantage, especially if they're going to be so successful running the football.
3rd and 17. Vick needs the 47-yard line for a first down. He's at his own 30. Vick under pressure. Unloads, and getting unloaded on at the 30-yard line is Bryce Brown. And Jaleel Adai, the rookie free agent out of Central Michigan, with the hit.
Well, this is really a good hit by Adai. And again, though, he rotated up underneath because of the blitz. He knew Michael Vick was going to have to get rid of the football, and John Pagano called a good one.
This is Eddie Royal. His own 24. Looking for running room. Can't find it. Lost yardage. He goes down at his own 20-yard line. 11:38 to play in the first half. The San Diego Chargers have come in here very unimpressed by the hurry-up offense. They lead it 10-3. We're coming back to Philadelphia. This is the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TD Ameritrade. American Express. This is what membership is. This is what membership does. And by Ford. Only Ford gives you EcoBoost fuel economy and a whole lot more.
Hey, it's not too late to sign up and play NFL.com Fantasy Football. Get free mobile apps and exclusive instant highlights. Sign in and play for free at NFL.com/fantasy. I've made reference to it a couple of times, Dan. You have to say the San Diego Chargers have surprised now 2 weeks in a row.
Well, what they're doing really well is running the football. They run it 8 times, and they're averaging like 8 yards a carry.
Ryan Matthews in the backfield as the Chargers start from their own 21-yard line. Matthews across the 25 to about the 27, a pickup of 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
Well, you can have the most fast-paced, high-powered offense in the world, but if the other team is going to run ball control on you and they're going to keep converting third downs and moving the chains, it's got to be an ulcer-creating experience.
Hey, Stallion!
Rivers looking, he's got plenty of time on the play clock. Matthews again. Head down. Pulls his way to a first down at about the 33-yard line.
And again, that's been critical, Greg, so far in this game, and I know it's very early, but every time San Diego was in really poor field position, they worked their way out of it. They didn't have a 3-and-out and give Philadelphia a short field. They've been getting yardage when it really counts.
In the first quarter, a couple of clock-consuming drives.
Hey, go here! Go Echo! Okay, Echo! Sit!
Rivers now in passing situation. On first down. Going to go downfield and almost intercepted, and there's a penalty marker.
Well, Kerry Williams and Malcolm Floyd, mano a mano.
Pass interference, defense number 26, automatic first down.
And the crowd here at Lincoln Financial erupts. Again, straight man coverage all the way. Well, he's got his jersey. Well, that's so easy to call. The crowd can boo all they want. Kerry Williams never let go of Malcolm Floyd's jersey and yanked it at the very end. Easy call.
Chargers in Philadelphia territory once again. Rivers to throw. Over the middle, got his man inside the 35 to Malcolm Floyd. We get an NFL Today update. JB and Shannon Sharp. Got it.
Dallas getting it done, Shannon.
Tony Romo has 5 completions, all to Dez Bryant, 100 yards, and this 2-yard TD. Cowboys on top of Kansas City, 10-7.
Greg and Dan, Shannon needs to see a bit more, though. Back to you guys.
Gotcha.
Hey, Buffalo!
Phillip Rivers now is going no huddle. Now he's not going hurry up, but he's going no huddle, and he's keeping the Eagles from substituting.
This is Woodhead. Woodhead inside the 30 to about the 27.5-yard line. No substitutes for either side at this point, although now Woodhead flanks out to the far side.
And somebody from the Eagles ought to think about going out there. Okay, Kerry Williams is strolling out.
Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5 as we come up on 9 minutes to play in the first half. So thus far, Phillip Rivers has been masterful.
The crowd is booing Rivers because they think this is unfair that he's taking this much time.
On the blitz, he got rid of it, and dropping the ball on the far side of the field is Woodhead.
Well, Phillip he'd like to try that throw again because he threw this it's a little high. Danny Woodhead is only 5'8". Now Phillip got hit and he wasn't able, he could have stepped in a little more than he did, but that ball just floated on him a little bit.
His first interception of the day, 3rd and 5.
Trent Cole was on him, but again, Woodhead almost got it.
Now a little life in the Philadelphia crowd. Play clock under 5. Will he get the snap off? Just barely. Rivers had to get rid of it. Throws near side, complete. This is Woodhead, and Woodhead lost his helmet and came down at about the 26-yard line. That's short of a first down.
Well, this is where you just put a guy in a situation and you hope he can make somebody miss. Because Danny Woodhead is going to draw a lot of attention. But Michael Kendricks was the first guy there. And then you see right at the end, D'Amico Ryans removes his helmet and putting him to the ground. And Phillip Rivers lands kind of awkwardly, but he had no choice but to get rid of that in a hurry.
Nick Novak is good from 49 yards. This one for 44, and it's good. 8:01 to play in the first half. The Chargers add 3 more. It's a 10-point lead for San Diego. 8:01 to play. in the first half. San Diego with a 10-point lead. And Mike McCoy's got to be pretty happy with the way his offense has produced so far today.
Unfortunately, they've been in the lead before. They had a tiny little lead last week and squandered it.
There's Johnson on the run at the goal line. To the 20. And out to about the 25-yard line. Hey, tonight on 60 Minutes, where can you hear about Syria from President Obama, President Assad, and one of the CIA's top intelligence officers? Only on 60 Minutes tonight. Well, the San Diego Chargers have pretty much handled this offense. It was interesting, Dan, to hear them talk about how they prepared for it. They turned their backs to the offense and then turned around at the last second before watching the play develop. Vick over the middle. Wide open is Deshaun Jackson. Up to the 42.
And there's a good illustration of one of the things the Chargers know and talked about, that Michael Vick, still at 33, has an extremely live arm. And when Michael decides to throw the football, it leaves a vapor trail.
Vick over the middle, wide open again. Inside the 35, the 30, and out of bounds inside the 20 is Deshaun Jackson.
And again, another illustration of Michael Vick just launching a beautiful, tight little spiral. Look at that. He just flicks it right to Deshaun Jackson, who's working underneath the San Diego zone. And that is easy money.
41-yard gain, first down from the 17. Vick throwing again. Looking, and going to run out of bounds. Out of bounds at the 13.
And there is the Michael Vick that I think Eagle fans want to see. He could have gotten another yard or two by going up there and taking a hit, but he got out of bounds without taking a hit. As we look downfield, Avant was completely covered. Brent Selleck here, nowhere to go at all. Good work by the San Diego secondary, but Michael Vick, he got out of bounds without taking a hit. I know you're thinking to yourself, well, who wouldn't do that? Well, a lot of times he didn't do that.
On 2nd and 6, Vick throwing, end zone, touchdown! On the money to Riley Cooper.
Boy, and Derek Cox, number 22, was all over Riley Cooper, but Cooper a big target at 6'3". But look at the alley. Look at the pass protection. And Michael Vick, look at that. And, you know, Cox has his arm in there. Is Cooper, the big body. Cooper just pulls his way into the end zone, running his route. That was really good work by both Cooper and Michael Vick, who put on a passing clinic on that series.
The Eagles go 4 plays, 75 yards in a minute and 20, and Michael Vick with a laser. And Cooper with the good hands. And just like that, the Eagles close to within 3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by oneandone.com. Pre-reserve now from over 700 new domains with oneandone.com.
.641 to play in the first half. A quick minute and 20-second drive.
That's why they're never going to win the time of possession. Not as quickly as they run their plays. That was just a beautiful piece of work by Michael Vick.
Winifred will not get a chance to run this one back, and let's go back to the touchdown.
The Eagles run the bunch formation to the left side of their formation. This is Cooper. Watch Brent Selleck right here. His pattern is to actually back up. You don't see this every day, where a wide receiver takes a step backwards, but that opens up the alley inside, and really Riley Cooper just kind of bulldozed his way over Derek Cox into the end zone. That's where being a big, strong guy and using that physicality really helps.
So now the signals come in for the Philadelphia defense as Rivers and the Chargers begin. Their first 3 drives ended in a field goal, a touchdown, and a field goal. Rivers to throw. Over the middle. Got his man out to the 35 to 36 is Antonio Gates.
Well, Antonio Gates is healthy. You know, he's been bothered by foot problems over the years. And at 33, he's as healthy as he's been in a long time. And when he is healthy, he means so much to this offense, so much to Phillip Rivers. The hands are just like cotton candy. The ball just settles right in there.
Hey, don't rock it, Vick! Careful, rock it!
Rivers, good time, going to go deep down the sideline. Little hand fighting, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Intended for Vincent Brown, covered by Brandon Boykin.
Brandon Boykin, who's normally the slot cover corner, this time having to work on the outside because Bradley Fletcher again isn't playing in this game, and Boykin just did a fantastic job. And I'm not sure quite what that, I don't know what the, it's an angry duck, I'll say that. It's the old Oregon duck. It's
second and 10. Rivers crossing pattern, gets his man. That's Gates once again. Gates to midfield, into Philadelphia territory.
Well, Antonio Gates showing a little shiftiness out in the open field as well. He did the old scat back look right there, made Michael Kendricks miss. Well, now, okay, now that's an interesting defensive call following the duck with Ozzy Osbourne. Well, bite their head off, I guess is what they're going to do.
This is Matthews to the outside. He got tripped up before he could get going. Trent Cole making the play.
It's better to show a picture of Ozzy Osbourne than to actually have him call the defense, because nobody would have any idea what he's calling. Well, this is going to be something obviously very highbrow, very high class.
Yeah.
And probably won't work.
This happened in 7. Just when we thought they knew what they were doing. Matthews. Penalty marker flies as he ducks inside the 45 to the 43.
Holding, offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty. Second down.
That is the ex-Philadelphia Eagle King Dunlap, now the left tackle for the Chargers. Spent his first 5 years here in Philadelphia.
One of the tallest offensive tackles in the game at 6'9". So you got this offensive line of the Chargers, which has been playing pretty doggone well in this game so far, is really being revamped. They've scored on all 3 of their prior possessions. But again, they got a rookie at right tackle, a new guy at left tackle. Jeremy Clary, last year's right tackle, is now the right guard. Nick Hardwick at the center is the holdover that's really having to anchor it.
River up the seam. He's got his man inside the 35 to the 32. Malcolm Floyd, and that's a first down.
Well, Malcolm Floyd is having a big game so far. Again, that's Kerry Williams lined up across from Malcolm Floyd. You know, if they're playing a zone defense, and you can see the safety help to the inside just isn't there. You can see where Kerry Williams was expecting more help inside, and he didn't get it. Kerry Williams and that defense has got to honor some of his outside responsibilities.
Phillip Rivers now 14 out of 16 throwing the ball today.
Hey, they're coming! Hey, Capone Tiger! Capone Tiger!
Got the play off in time. This is Woodhead. Right side. Squeezes through to about the 26.
I mean, this is just textbook by Rivers and the way that he's using the play clock. He's getting his team up to the line of scrimmage in plenty of time. He has all the time in the world to change a play if he so desires. And yet that clock is running, and he's keeping the ball away from the Eagles. And he's given his defense a rest. Ken Wisenhunt, he seems to be on the same page with Philip Rivers. This has been an outstanding first half for them offensively.
Chargers have already exceeded the rushing yardage they chalked up Monday night against Houston. Second and 5. Again, getting the snap off just in time. The crossing pattern complete inside the 10. Gates to the end zone. He lost the football. It is loose and covered at about the 2-yard line by Philadelphia.
Well, Antonio Gates did such a good job of open field running, but I think it's a hit by Brandon Boykin. He comes in and tomahawks the ball out with his left hand. You could see him come in. That was intentional. Watch from the right side. Here he comes, and he just hits his arm and strips the football out. And Antonio Gates so close to scoring a touchdown. What a great piece of hustle and a heads-up play by Brandon Boykin. And a tremendous drive for the Chargers goes up in smoke.
So now Vick and the Eagles from their own 2 with 2:21 to play in the first half. McCoy gets out of his own end zone, spins away from the tackle and goes out to the 5 for about a 3-yard gain.
You know, this offense requires players that can play in space and make people miss. And there aren't many running backs in football that can make people miss more than LaShawn McCoy. A good illustration right there.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning. What an entertaining first half this has been. It's not over yet. 13-10 Chargers. Back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder, coming up, the Verizon Halftime Report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Bill Cowher will preview a most interesting game coming up. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, plus all the scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. This is LaShawn McCoy. And that is the 24th play run today by the Eagles in the first half. Last week they ran 53 in the first half. Of course, they had the Redskins contributing mightily to that. Coming up on a minute and a half. Vick under pressure. Incomplete. Throwing out of his own end zone. That'll stop the clock with 1:23 to play. That fumble by Antonio Gates, by the way, the first one that he's lost since September of the 2008 season.
And could the Eagles have ever used the first down there? The Chargers, with all 3 of their timeouts remaining, are going to get the ball in relatively good field position with more than enough time to get some points.
Donnie Jones kicks it away. Eddie Royal. Across midfield and into Eagles territory. And Philip Rivers, as you said, Dan, will have terrific field position with 2 timeouts remaining.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, everybody. Let's look at Brandon Boykin and the play he makes to force that fumble by Antonio Gates. He's locked up on Vincent Brown, but then he sees an opportunity, and look at him attack Antonio Gates and strip that football. Now, the Eagles didn't do anything with it, but coaches tell you all the time, you never know when it's your time, when it's your opportunity to make a game-changing type play. And that's a good illustration right there by Brandon Boykin. Saved a touchdown.
Ronnie Brown, the ex-Eagle, in the backfield. I shorted the Chargers a timeout before we went to break. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Rivers going to go deep down the sideline. Perfect pass. Caught by Malcolm Floyd. What a toss by Philip Rivers.
Well, Malcolm Floyd is just having one heck of a first half. Man coverage by Brandon Hughes, and that is just a perfect arching pass by Phillip Rivers over the top, right onto the palms of Malcolm Floyd. Again, Malcolm Floyd at 6'5", an inviting target, but a beautiful throw by Rivers.
31-yard pickup. The Chargers now at the Eagle 18. Rivers throwing, and right through it. There's a flag on the far side of the field, intended for Vincent Brown. Kerry Williams covering.
Pass interference, defense number 26, automatic first down.
Well, that's the second time in this half that Kerry Williams has been flagged for being a little too aggressive at that right corner position. Well, it had to happen prior to that. It must have happened prior to that, but Kerry Williams not doing a whole lot of arguing, not that that would do any good.
San Diego, 5 red zone trips this season, 5 touchdowns, including 1 for 1 today. This is Matthews. And Matthews lost the football. Picked up by the Eagles.
Well, we talked earlier about Ryan Matthews and his ball security issues. Trent Cole, I believe, strips the ball away. There's Cole, number 58. Gets around the block by Dunlap and strips the ball away from Ryan Matthews. That's just inexcusable. Kendricks ends up with the football. And Ryan Matthews, what did you expect? Down close to the goal line. With your reputation, they're going after the football.
What a couple of body shots deep in their own territory the Chargers have taken.
Yeah, and that two critical errors.
55 seconds to play. Vick. Incomplete. Pass intended for Jason Avant. 50 seconds to play.
A lot of green in front of the Philadelphia Eagles. I know it's their favorite color, but not when you're looking at that much football field in less than a minute. But does this team have big strike capabilities? Yes, they do.
This is McCoy, and McCoy with running room puts it back across the 30 and out to the 31-yard line.
I'm telling you, there aren't many running backs in football that are more fun to watch than LaShawn McCoy. He makes people miss, but he's not handing the ball to the officials. But I still let him play.
Vick deep as he gets hit and overthrows his intended receiver, and Vick flat on his back.
Well, Michael had to hurry that throw because he knew the coverage, the pressure from Dwight Freeney was coming in. He's got Deshaun Jackson. There's no doubt about that. Deshaun Jackson pulls away from Sharice Wright. But Michael saw Freeney coming. He was coming from the right side so he could see him.
Well, now the Eagles, with 2 timeouts remaining, looking at 2nd and 10 and only 24 seconds on the clock. So Vick can still throw to the middle of the field and stop the clock. That little toss to McCoy. McCoy on the run, midfield, and into San Diego territory. And
there's
timeout is
the
called.
line, but they got to take a timeout. You burn a timeout here.
Second charge timeout, Philadelphia. 30-second timeout.
So the timeout is called. Gives us a chance to remind you the Verizon halftime report coming up. JB, Dan, Shannon Boomer, and Coach Bill Cowher. Well, I'll probably have an opinion on Peyton versus Eli. All the latest scores and highlights on the Verizon halftime report.
All right, now with 15 seconds remaining and only 1 timeout, which you've got to use to get your field goal team. The whole field is available to you. You got guys like Deshaun Jackson, but again, I would work something in the middle of the field. I'd try a post pattern, something down between the numbers, because I think they're going to be playing outside the numbers. Now this doesn't help the Eagles that McCoy's on the sideline.
15 seconds. 1 timeout left. Vick over the middle, got his man inside the 30-yard line, and that's Deshaun Jackson. And the timeout is called to stop the clock.
There you go.
Third and final. Sergeant.
I think San Diego was really more concerned about the plays outside the numbers, and the Eagles go inside the numbers on a nice little skinny post to Deshaun Jackson. And again, a really good throw by Michael Vick. Right in there, right in the midsection. And that was a very effective drive by the Eagles to get themselves into field goal range.
Deshaun Jackson with 5 catches worth 90 yards today. And 7 for 104 Monday night. Alex Henry going to line this one up from 46 yards out for a tie game.
Not even close.
Pushed it to the right.
Well, the Eagles did everything right offensively. They just didn't finish it off with a successful field goal conversion. This ball from the very beginning was never between the uprights. I think he was playing the draw and didn't get it.
So now Rivers will just take a knee and run out the final 4 seconds, and the Chargers will go to the locker room with a 3-point lead. Well, we had a little bit of everything in this first half.
Well, it was a very fast first half. And again, the wasted opportunities by the Chargers, Greg. You only get so many chances.
The end of the first half, 13-10 Chargers. Back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station.